What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Priest Bay Area Metal Spotlight. And I'm coming at you from the brand new office headquarters of Hectic Bleeding Priest Records. So this is my first spotlight doing in a new location. And today's record is one of the most unusual thrash albums ever recorded, not just in the Bay Area, anywhere. And I'm talking about Blind Illusion's Sane, Asylum. What a crazy album. When I first heard it, it was at Ted Aguilar's house, actually, back in like maybe 89. So maybe like a year after it came out. I had heard of Blind Illusion. I knew the name, but I never saw them. I started going to club shows, like shortly after they broke up or stopped gigging, so I never got a chance to see them. But I heard this record at Ted's house, and I didn't like it. It was just too forward thinking for my among the living brain. You know, I was into SOD and just jun, and this was way too out there for me. Even though I was already a Voivod fan, but it took me a while to get into this. Not until maybe I was in my early 20s. But I love it now. I think it's one of the greatest Bay Area metal albums ever recorded. It should have been huge, and they should have been huge. And I just gotta say, like, the one thing I held this record back, was the production. It's just very thin. The guitars are so low in the mix, and the guitar tone's paper thin. I don't know what happened. They recorded it at High Street Studios, a studio I've recorded at. Old Granddad recorded our fourth album there, Hocus Corpus, and that sounds good. You know, it still holds up, but I don't know what happened with this record, if they went over budget but yeah, the guitars are so low, and like the snare sounds crazy too. But the songs are incredible. They're some of the greatest metal fucking epic bizarro trips I've ever heard, man. Mark Beedham is a mad genius, man. And the drumming, what's his name? Mike Miner. Killer drumming, very unusual. It fits the record perfectly, fits the songs perfectly. But he's not doing your basic bludgeoning thrash drumming, you know. It's not like doing Lombardo fills and super fast double bass. It's really weird, off-the-cuff shit. Like a lot of double time on the hi-hat while he's doing a slower beat, and that's kind of Dave Lombardo-ish, I guess. But but yeah, a lot of weird drumming on this record. I don't know what happened to him after this album. I met him maybe 10 years ago at a Blind Illusion show at the Knockout up on the Upper Mission, San Francisco. Very cool dude, but our encounter was pretty brief. I never got a chance to really talk to him about what's he doing nowadays. Is he still drumming? How come I never heard of him after this album? But amazing drummer. And of course, Les Claypool and Larry Lalonde are on this record as well, and they went on to do Primus shortly after this album. But it's all about Mark Biederman, dude. The songwriting's crazy. His guitar playing is phenomenal. I'm a little stoned. But I would put Mark in the top 5 best Bay Area thrash guitarists for sure. I don't know where in the order he'd be, but he'd be in the top 5. And you know, they never like really matched this record. Their last album, Wrath of the Gods, was really good, but I didn't consider it a thrash album. Not really. It's just more of like a metal album. Nothing wrong with that. It's a killer album. It's very solid. But I would love to see Blind Illusion make another album like this, just really adventurous and more thrash. It's faster and a little more aggressive, but weird, you know, nice and weird. And so they're making a new album right now. In the meantime, Hectic Bleeding Priest Records are putting out a live album from a set they recorded last year at the Exodus Death Angel show at the UC Theater. Killer fucking show. And that was with David White from Heathen on vocals. So they were doing the really old stuff, the stuff from the early 80s and late 70s maybe. I think they do one song from this record, Kamikaze, on the live recording. But we're going to put that set out on vinyl, and that's coming out in a few months. And I'm excited to hear their new album, man. I have a feeling they're going to get wacky again and just, you know, get crazy with it. So, but I do love this album. You know, I maybe talk about the production, how it's disappointing, but man, can you imagine if this album had like even like Forbidden Evil production or even Eternal Nightmare production. Those two albums came out the same year, and there's a noticeable difference from those three albums when you hear them production wise. Like Forbidden especially like sounds really good still, and yeah, they just missed the boat with this record because the songs were there. But anyways, I'll stop my babbling. I love this album. Check it out if you like forward-thinking thrash. Pretty weird shit. Another Blind Illusion story I wanted to tell. The first time I did see Blind Illusion was on my 21st birthday. So that was 94, 5. 95. And I was in North Beach with my siblings, my two brothers and my sister. And we walked by Morty's, and it said Blind Illusion was playing that night. I was like, no way! I go, fucking, I've never seen him. I'm going to see him finally. You know, I was all excited. And we went in there, and it was Blind Illusion, all right. It was Mark Biederman, and I'm not sure who else was in the band. But it was the hippie phase of Blind Illusion, like the jam band phase. So it sounded nothing like this. Although they did open up with the Sane Asylum intro, the intro to the album. And I was like, oh yeah, here it comes. And then they went into some like acid hippie jam. So it was pretty disappointing. And it was Mark Biederman's birthday as well. We shared the same birthday, May 13th. So it was memorable, you know. It was like his birthday, my birthday. And I saw the hippie version of Blind Illusion. But all right, I'll see you next week or next time we make one of these. And that one will be about Possessed. So, talk to you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.